working for the World Economic Forum, which is better known for its annual meeting in Davos, Switzerland, and I put the World Economic Forum on Twitter in 2007, and then also created lists for the participants, and then I saw that politicians were there, heads of state, heads of government, so I decided to look at the G8 countries and the G20 countries specifically, and then I saw that these tweets weren't actually boring as I thought, but they were actually really interesting. So I encourage everyone to just check out these feeds of politicians. Some are actually very, very personal and very, very interesting and entertaining to read. Twitter has changed the world. Before we could send an email to our representatives, to the head of state or the head of government, but that email was lost in the administration. Now with Twitter, all these communications are public, so we can ask our world leaders questions directly. We can engage with our governments via Twitter very, very publicly. Now, I'm not naive to think that they will reply to every single tweet. They can't. But if they see that there is some movement, there is some specific questions, I think leaders should have a weekly or monthly Twitter chat, and to answer some of these questions, just open up, and that we actually can directly engage with our governments. And what has changed is you no longer need a journalist card, a press card to ask questions. Anyone who has a Twitter account and an internet connection. I think the diplomatic significance is extremely high of their tweets. You can see, for example, who follows who. That says a lot about the relationships between the countries, the two people, or just their staff. So, for example, Barack Obama might be the most followed person, most followed politician on Twitter, and he himself is following 690,000 people, but guess what? He only follows 2 other world leaders, totally ignoring Prime Minister Harper in Canada, the Mexican president, or the Italian Prime Minister. So that does say a lot about the relations between the administrations in terms of connectedness on Twitter. And to tell you who he's following number 10 Downing Street and the Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev. That's all. Twitter is the new tool of communication, I believe. I think doing away with fax and telex, they're already dead. I think Twitter is just as much as the telephone or email. It might even supplant email. It's so much easier to reply on Twitter, and it is short and to the point, because you're limited in characters. You don't have emails where you have reams of text or so many people in copy. On Twitter it is really it's one of the best communications tool for the time. It is of course soundbite sized, 140 character size, but I think it will definitely be a key communication tool in the future.